All right, what's going on, everybody? I'm Eric. You are watching the Flow Bass channel. It is so great to see all of your bright smiling faces once again in another video. Now today is kind of a special day for me personally. I'm back at one of my childhood lakes. I haven't fished this place in I don't know how long. And, you know, believe it or not, I've only lived, 15, 20 minutes away from it for quite a while now. Now, I don't know what got into me today, but I really wanted to do a catch and cook today. And this particular place, back in my early pre-teens, I would slay black crappie at this particular lake. It had a bunch of brush piles. It has this really nice dock that they like to hold under. So I'm thinking I can catch a couple, and we are going to do a catch and cook. Now, it also has a lot of really nice bluegill too. So I'm not really targeting a bluegill. I really want that black crappie. I've got a bunch of little lures. I'm gonna tie them on and we're gonna see if we can catch one. I really hope so, fingers crossed. And yeah, I will see you on the GoPro chest cam. All right, well, we got a guy fishing on the dock that I'm trying to catch fish out from under, so hopefully he's not making too much racket and spooking all the crappie out from under there. All right, check the water temperature. Oh, it's definitely cooled off. All right, guys, so as you can see, basically what I'm doing is I'm shooting underneath the dock. Hopefully I can call one of these crappie out, get it to eat. Oh. All right, guys, so I walked out to the deeper side of the dock and I did get a bite, but I wasn't able to hook up on them. I let my little bait sink all the way to the bottom, and I just kind of jigged it a couple times, and that's when I got bit. So I'm gonna work this outside edge here. All right, so going with somewhat of a different profile. I wanted to change to pink, and this is the most pink that I have. But we'll just keep fishing, see what happens. Yeah, this is really more chartreuse when I'm looking at it in the water, but it does have the pink to kind of break it up. And it's a heavier weight too, so that could be what they want right now. I don't know, because that other little bait had a really slow rate of fall. There we go. Really good shot. I can get way back under there with this heavier weight. I just have to, it takes a lot more practice because it doesn't really skip that well. Wow, you guys, look at that. Look at all that fishing line I just pulled up. Oh, there's a garbage can right over here. I'm gonna properly dispose of this. All right, guys, last resort. I might get live bait, I don't know, but we're going with the power bait. We got one, guys. And it's a bluegill. Not the targeted species whatsoever. But wow, look at that bluegill. That thing's a slab. All right, guys, so check out this bluegill. Absolutely gorgeous fish. Really clean, no parasites. Now, I did accidentally gut hook this guy, and I tossed him back in the water just to see if, he'd swim away, and he kind of was just doing circles. So I don't think this fish is going to make it, so I have no reservations whatsoever about keeping this guy. He wasn't the targeted species, but I can't pass up an opportunity when it's given to me. So we're taking this guy home, and we're going to make a blackened bluegill sandwich. This guy is definitely not going to go to waste. All right, so guys, really one of the most humane ways is to just cover your fish in ice, and they'll go to sleep very quickly, and then eventually they will, cease to live. So this is one of the most humane ways, in my opinion, to take a fish. There is one more way. Well, there's two more ways. A lot of people will take out the gills and let them bleed to death quickly. There's another Japanese method where they poke the fish through the eye and they scramble their brains. So this way there's no blood that gets into the meat. That's probably the most humane way, in my opinion. It kills them instantly. This would be the second best way, in my opinion. All right, guys, so we got the bluegill in the cooler. He wasn't the targeted species. I really wanted to catch a crappie, but when I tried to revive him after gut hooking him, I couldn't retrieve the hook, unfortunately. But
he wasn't going to make it. He was just swimming around in circles. So rather than waste a fish and just let him die, hey, I've already got the cooler and the ice with me, so we're going to throw him on ice and do a blackened bluegill sandwich. I absolutely can't wait. I've heard so many people say bluegill tastes amazing. For whatever reason, I just never decided to ever try one before, or really ever had the opportunity. But this opportunity was clearly put in front of my face, so we're going to take it. You know, we've had cooler weather for the past week, and you know, that's probably is what pushed those crappie out deep. They just weren't biting in the usual spots that I used to catch them at all the freaking time here. But it is what it is. We got the bluegill, so I'm gonna head to the store and pick up some ingredients, and we are going to do a good old-fashioned camping stove fish fry, blackened bluegill. I cannot wait. So I will see you at the camping stove.
All right guys, so I drove to 2 different parks to do this catch and cook. The first one I went to, it had all these there was this enormous birthday party. I mean, the most spoiled kid in that world had a birthday party there. There were all these ball pits and inflatable bounce houses, and there were these rides, and it was for a birthday party because there were all these happy birthday balloons, and it was just, there was a pony ride at this park. So I'm just mind blown. So obviously that wasn't gonna fly there. So I drove to another park, the same park that I did the catch and cook for the snakehead. And I don't know what it is, but there were just kids everywhere. You know, I'm setting up my gear and they're coming over asking me if I'm a YouTuber, and they wanna see everything that I'm doing. You know, I pull out the fish and they're like, oh, you're gonna cut it up. And they were real excited and everything, which, you know, that's perfectly fine. But when you're trying to film a video, it just it's a little distracting. So I had to pack everything up. You know, I talked to those kids for a little bit, so hopefully you guys are watching. I really appreciate you guys if you subscribe. You know, I had to sit down to be able to do this for you guys. And it's hard enough living on the ground floor here. I've got a bunch of nosy neighbors. They like to look in every time I'm out here. So it is what it is. We'll get through this one way or another. So, all right, I'm still going to cook it on the camping stove. So I definitely will do that. It's just on my patio. That's the only difference. I really never promised on the location, I guess. But all right, so I'm gonna get the fish out here. We'll fillet it up, and we are gonna make a tasty sandwich. All right, guys, so here's our bluegill. Again, really gorgeous fish. It's a real shame I gut hooked him, but again, this fish isn't going to waste. So now, guys, I am not the best at filleting fish, so I'm gonna take my time and try not to waste any meat. You know, there's not a lot of meat on these fish to begin with. So here we go. All right, so I'm just gonna work right down here, right behind the gill plate, and then we'll fillet back of the fish. Yeah, I don't know if you guys can see, here's the rib cage right here. So I'm cutting up and over that. Again, very slowly because I don't want to waste. All right, that is one tiny, tiny little fillet, but that is perfect. We can definitely work with this. There we go. There is another nice fillet right there. It's so funny how small these things are, but hey, that's all right. All right, so I got my fillets going. I'm gonna get the grill set up. We're gonna cook them. Basically, I'm just gonna be using a ton of butter and Everglades fish and chicken, and we're gonna blacken this guy up, so stay tuned for that. All right guys, so blackened bluegill sandwich. Now, as you can see, I had to cut my sandwich in half because one bluegill just isn't enough, but it absolutely smells amazing. Are you guys ready? I know I am. All right, got a nice big chunky piece of meat right there, so that's what I'm going for. Here we go. Absolutely amazing tasting meat. Absolutely amazing. And of course I have got the Everglades seasoning on there, and it's blackened. Tastes absolutely amazing. And you know, fresh tomato, fresh romaine lettuce, and then this is fresh bread from the bakery. It's just a fresh sandwich. And of course it's got a great, amazing flavor. You know, it's a little buttery as well. Obviously I used a lot of butter, but this is absolutely phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal. I wish I had more fish because this is so delicious. All right, so I just have one more bite left. It's a shame. I really wish the sandwich was bigger, but beggars can't be choosers, but absolutely delicious. All right guys, so that was absolutely an amazing tasting fish. Absolutely amazing. I highly recommend you guys go out there and try it yourself. You know, the only thing I say is if you catch a real tiny bluegill, throw it back. You know, at least catch a fish that was about the size of the one that I caught. He was about 10 inches. But yeah, so, you know, even though today didn't go the way I planned it, I wanted to catch a black crappie or a few, but hey, didn't go as planned, but you know, I was provided that awesome, amazing tasting bluegill, and I just took that opportunity. Of course, you know, I planned on throwing them back, but again, you can't waste a nice fish like that, especially when they're so good eating. You know, of course, that is a very small meal, but it supplements me having to go to the supermarket and, you know, buy chicken or anything like that. So guys, I really hope you enjoyed watching this video. I had a lot of fun making it. It was a nice learning experience for me. You know, the more fish that I get to fillet, the better I'm gonna get at it. And I felt like I did a pretty good job on that fish. You know, my snakehead catch and cook, I did waste a little bit of the meat on that, which was a shame, but it's all part of learning, I suppose. So with that being said, I appreciate all you guys watching. You know, I post new videos every week, so hit that subscribe button. If you want to see more catch and cooks, let me know. Let me know what you want me to catch and cook in the comments below, and I will definitely do it for you guys. So, I'm Eric. This is the Flow Bass channel, and appreciate all you guys watching again. I'll see you in the next video. Peace out.